يضرب من أصلا يحضر في الصالون يحضر دراسة كثير روفت أنتي لا يسمى بلا تنزل إن وين يسمى صار إن the more serious because number bad more serious وش نيوك نيجي شيء صح من بعدين نيوك نيجي شيء ما وش ده بيرل بلوز رابط ني ناخ كتر وينس ما فعلك شيء يرث أبيض صح يعرف نزوم بصح هذا وين يأسر هندر نايم سدوا سويني دفجلو فلاجة نس موت يعني ولو كلب زوين نزوم لو شلو ورقص بس يعني ولو كلب صح زوم بس نايم دلوس لكن دلوس يلف نمس فش دلوس فلاج بيل فير بيان أنا مش نماك صار عايز فالعادي أبغى نكسر الذي نفهم بقاش الذي نفهم بسرعة ما رمي فا وصل زود شنو ورك سيب صوب ستاس أو ده نيرو فنز رك يمين إفهم فهي هو سنوي إكسب
Games, role-playing games, interactive stuff is role-playing. Not so much the video games, that's in the other hall where you usually have the big wow. But here is, so you go in his role-playing rooms, there even had a speed date room in there, speed dating. Didn't go in there. And there was sort of a karaoke room, and there was somebody singing in there later on, and I don't want to put anything that I put in the blog already, so I'm trying to think of some stuff that goes with this. Here we have a guy walking along, and the room's just, there wasn't anything going on yet. It was early, so I was able to, and it was about 11, I guess, when I got the pass, so I was able to get in because apparently some of the early bird people got in and didn't have a hideous line to stand in. I was one of them. Yay. So so I got there early, so may not happen the same way next year. No. Next year I'll register online and I'll go to the thing like 8 or 9 or something. How about that? And I'll be there real early. Nothing really starts until 2 anyway on a Friday, so really probably safe if you get in there like 9. It's not that big a line. But by 2:30, you're not getting in. So, yeah. This is Friday. Usually I didn't go to the Fridays often. I would end up at Baycon instead. No Baycon this year. And there's some other Fanime characters. A lot of these anime characters, I have no idea who they are. I understand there's a steampunk convention going on nearby that's also worthy, but it is off of the airport parkway, and the walk over there is a little dangerous. So here we have, this guy that looks like he's inside out in muscles. That is a character from the show Attack on Titan. And he is supposed to be 50 feet tall, but of course that's physically impossible to pull off. But at least a tall guy would have been okay. I think the guy was 5'7". Oh, well, if he thinks he's a giant, that's fine, I guess. Here we have millennials, mainly millennials, hanging out. They said in the rules no loitering, but here's a guy without a shirt. But they said in the rules no loitering and stuff. But there was plenty of that if you're in the corner there with your cell phone. That's okay. I think what they mean is don't stand around by the poles and stuff. Now here is this weird sort of his own thing graduate guy. Here we have a Charizard or something similar, a Phoenix actually. I was told later it was a Phoenix. We have we have some polka dotted ladybug lady. Yeah, very Rubenesque looking. Then we have some other Deadpools. We have lots of Deadpools. We have lots from other shows. We had a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! And we had a lot of a lot of other stuff. Some Pokemon stuff. There's a Tinkerbell and several of the Disney princesses. But all the Disney princess people that look really, really good, and all the people that are like dressed up like real good, and they have these cameras following them. they're professionals. They're actually there. They're totally like their people are there filming them and whatever. So like these other ones here, this other shot with the professionals, and here's the acting troupe and these other guys that are up here. And some of them were featured at Baycon, and some of them were last year. Yeah. And here is the one of the interesting looking dudes. He's just cool. Let's see if another guy without a shirt. And here we have some more of the other guys. We have that's Rob from the group years ago. He was there. He's always there. And here we have a lady scantily clad as a devil creature from an anime. And unlike the people at the Baycon 2 years ago that were freaked out about people looking at them, this lady was like, I don't care. You can take my picture. Go right on ahead to everybody walking by. She's like, hey, I'm here in this costume. I don't mind. So it's okay. So the guys are taking pictures of her. But let's see what else. I didn't get a close-up, incidentally. I didn't ask. I figured, no, I don't need to. But here we have some other, this is, I'm sitting in the millennial spot there, watching the crowd go by. A little odd, kind of a shot. So, there's the Fox guy. He's from the other group. There he is. There's Fox. And he hates everybody, according to his shirt and pants. But that's awesome. So then we have the Deadpools. And the Deadpool is doing jiggy with not rapping. What is that? Break dancing. I didn't want to show him up, so I let him do whatever. Okay, here's that room area with it a little more in focus. And you can see that things have started because it's almost 2. Things are starting to happen. Tomorrow it's going to be panels and other things going on. It's not going to be as much of this. This is set up everything. I don't think the stories were there at all. I looked on the Facebook and wait. First of all, here is an Angry Bird, or something like an Angry Bird. He might be his own thing, maybe from something else, but it reminded me of an Angry Bird. But there's Waldo. He's there every year. And if you find Waldo, and you don't even get a prize, he's just there. And there's a girl Waldo from last year, but she was not there this year. And there's a Naruto. There's several Narutos in this, several Star Wars and other things. These are some of the characters from various other things. There were a lot of cats, a lot of blue ladies, a lot of other things. There was an excellent sort of a Navi from that Avatar, the other Avatar, the Cameron one. I didn't get a picture of it, but it was a spot-on Navi. It was awesome. But here's a sort of a steampunk Queen of Hearts, and then we come to a lot of other because there's a steampunk convention the same day, but it's off to the side. I have the tickets good for it too. There's the Fox guy. It's mostly younger people, a lot of them teenagers from stopped school. It's not like the other one at all. It was somebody photobombed me. Excellent. But yeah, we have. We also have. Yes, this is the Dead group. This is the Dead Pikachu and the Dead Ash Ketchum, and they're like evil because they've gone through he turned into the character from they went to Evil Dead Land basically, and Evil Dead turned them into which is just somehow awesome. I don't know. That's what happened. And there's some other random people. Of the ones with the bright orange hair, that's from something too. I just don't know what. There's a lot of Gundam stuff. I understand there was a Gundam guy there. I saw him, but knowing nothing about him, I didn't really, know what to do other than, these are cool. I was like, I don't really need a Gundam. But there was a guy dressed like Max Sterling that I don't think I got a shot of, but that was cool. kind of a paunchy Max Sterling. He was kind of, yeah, but yeah, I killed the sound because there was a lot of music going on. The Line Con, that's pretty funny. Yeah, this is the Line Con. It certainly is that kind of thing. And I know that means something else, but it's also the Line Con. It's being ironic. It totally is. And now we're in the dealer's room. I thought for sure that once in the dealer's room we'd get kicked out. There was other stuff in the game room, but I figured not to film in there because they were playing games and arcades and stuff. That's what the Psycho Donuts place was. But then I got on to the dealer's room, and here is a kitty. That's adorable. Stuffed kitty. It would look kind of strange if I bought one. Well, I didn't. I did not. I refrained from it. But yeah, but that kitty looked like he was tweaking anyway, so I wouldn't have remembered it. Here we have a sword dealer. There was one of three, and this guy had some nice brightly colored weapons. Ironically, you can't bring the weapons outside or bring the weapons to the con. They have like weapon policies. But strangely enough, you can buy them in the con. But yeah, you're not going to take that on the light rail. They're not going to let you. Or on the bus, or whatever. You'd have to be staying at the hotel so you could just, like, there's actually a Sword of Omens. I just noticed that. That's awesome. And here we have the procrastinator drawer with a unicorn destroying a rainbow. And then we have, yeah, it's already passed, but here we have some more cute little plushies, and this is where somebody ran into me. But yeah, so they were cute. They're probably from something. They're not just plushies. They're from an anime. There's like those cat people everywhere. Oh yeah, this is the table with the beefcake and cheesecake art. It's both beefcake and cheesecake, and as well as if you flip through that flip book, you get to see some very interesting fan art concerning that shipping. But that was a tail group there, and there we are. Here and there in the Gundam room, and there's the Gundam guy. Very briefly, kind of for a second there. There he's again. Yeah, the Gundam guy. He was right there, and he's all like, he was telling them that they had the special editions in the case. If you wanted, of course, they were expensive. So no, I wasn't going to get them. But here we have, yeah, there were the swords, and yeah, there was some that were brightly colored. The samurai with a brightly colored sword. Not very sneaky. Hello Kitty. Yes, that's awesome. He's evil. The zombies are kind of going on and it's getting a little too overboard, but some of that's still pretty funny. Here's like a zombie table. Sarcasm is my superpower. I almost wanted that shirt. I might get that shirt. It's actually kind of funny. And of course, How to Train Your Drag Queen, which is a truly awesome shirt name. We mostly dead. That's a Walking Dead thing. I figured that would be stupid if I had that, because I don't know anything about it. I'm one of the few people that hasn't really watched enough of The Walking Dead to know what's going on. Now here is a guy with a very, very large weapon. And some other people. As in the earlier camera footage, they tended to not like it that it was a camera, specifically because, not that they were getting filmed, but that the camera was not very good. They're like, why are you using such an outdated camera to take pictures of us? Use your cell phone. It'll work better. Footage of it. There's a lot of people like ducking in a corner, I guess, to see the text messages. They were very polite about text messaging, actually. They weren't really doing it overtly. You go off to the side and do it. There's a Harley Quinn. There's a couple of those. I think I passed that same one like 3 times. And there's at least 1 or 2 Halo guys. There's the cat people again. There's got to be some other cartoon out with these cat people. I just don't know what it is. I would probably watch it because it's about anthropomorphized cats. I mean, of course I would, if I knew what it was. Yeah, lots of schoolgirl people. And there's some kind of angel thing. Not sure what that is. It's interesting. Maybe he should get together with that devil chick earlier. But yeah, I was just going through here in my review, just commenting on what I'm seeing going by on the screen. Because the other ones, well, there's a fight. There's the angel again. So I figured, why not narrate this little snippet? As though I was, I was narrating at the time at some points, but yeah, there was sound, music, other things. I just decided to clip all the audio so that you wouldn't hear it. There's a Halo guy. And now I'm just walking through it, watching it for the first time as a footage. Yeah. A lot of people weren't in costume, as you can see, but a lot of people were. Yes, I understand that Mrs. Story is actually sick. She has a cold or something is going around. So she's not available she wouldn't have been there anyway. But and from Facebook tonight, I understand also that Drea and her friends didn't mention it at all. So it's likely they're not there. One of the friends of our friends mentioned the steampunk one, and they might be at that. But I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to be at that. So, but there's another guy without a shirt. There's a lot of interesting outside characters too. Colorful downtown San Jose convention. This is only Friday. Friday's not as crazy and madhousey as Saturday. Saturday's insane. Friday is temperate. Yeah. Now they're playing the video. Okay, day 2, Fanime Con. Yeah. And I was at the bistro again in a Captain Kirk outfit from the season. Captain Kirk from 50th anniversary. Well, it's pajama top, but it worked. And here we have another muffin, but no tea because I had tea earlier at the train. And as I was there, as Captain Kirk reminiscing and saying that catchphrase from Boston Legal that you've heard many times, and then noting that it didn't make any sense because of what it was as a catchphrase to anyone else. But then a Star Trek person showed up, Commander Data. There he is. And here we have a strange kingbird.
Nothing van er will be. Nicola and dropped to him. Fahun. Nami. First up. Fahu. Get us must right. And now I get my one out really I get the son. Sir Director that my singing to them since half cash so my love I go in that I'm real or often been for all of that so it Sir Director game in Sarah. How we need Sir Director Sarah drums us how we need rather than it for us there was men jag film looks exposure I mean it's like not just for and lad nej så hinner jag ska finna det med det så ha man name the Enix here or with Lord right but the Lord right but right but they exactly those fire not ever was I you when you're sit I feel sorry you're not all gonna get lost in it I had yep I guess I just those new I guess that wasn't that's right yeah also said that's for sector but I don't know the weather ever I can do sure I'm listening I'm a pop here we there not beschäftigen even with I or even so as in that's my verb on verb and the verb day there'll be next yes in that's right I go her of me saying that more for the one order there's get up sag sorry fire snap news or ne the girl is not works in it but I'm afraid sexy I see you fellow in it like all of that so we first off with nobody love you that more because they're in it. Nobody sick. Roxy sick. Those can't sing it that right off girl. You're fucking little snowy. Sick did ask us so correct and you're gonna so worth the from the mouth so you're like the there's great but not ne and in art no it's like yeah was that but sour you know feel with that and there's just one with your you're like straw you lose no go behind it yeah for like neural yeah but seeing and this say مسك life outside هلا بس لو مسك life face it so when we're grabbing those beef butts and no for size ma I did I baby what the tax so they're talking well right the mix are and well over I guess right I don't this yeah I don't know if I see it man do it for that if I hear for you know flicking you so there's no one else wants to say yeah I can but then it's not for nothing you know it's not fine they can just do it then was like web nummer for men must you know must that you know so yeah I guess really it was didn't know long talk và yeah nó đang nghe full that mình vẫn được gây được cái này không slime must nghe nó nghe more that đâu nữa more for me dance that was show and you about this so there's correct game and it will for like here fit for the style why else so there's no yeah I night yeah that's the way it's a bit of prayer it has this health one night yeah that's me Rome that's we special well be Rome Peter is sell out the drinking it's for style so it was I take it was I you're like what's in the world Fatcher that zero routes and looking at the Zoish Sarah it's like everybody later of first I'll think of it get me pull beef me there's no make laser and now no up see yeah it's neat no very wash so but it's neat even do I go sell it up you fall with this no but the government that's it it's that's worth but seeing it Siehst du vor mir weißt du lang was das nicht ja stroke wenn ich I think years not your first it's like you're always didn't know this but it's like for like yeah from it work I had this test work from the last but I had level out and essentially talking to get this target was like people I knew all right and you know I was look like maybe versus pipe Mr. be the whole beef was talking it's test work for that motherfuckers are using the well, beefing with talking, it's like, there's never a long go, it's like, was there then? There's never a deal with no, and I heaps so I got over Sheeler, and yeah, never
was it is curious that once Bacon has at last been vanquished and is no longer. Although here we have Star Wars Sesame Street, which is just interesting and strange and unique. Star Wars Sesame Street. Yeah. No, it doesn't make sense, though, is Chewbacca wouldn't be Elmo. That would be Snuffy. Snuffleupagus would be Elmo. Anyway, we have Horseman. Horseman is back. Yeah. So, yeah, the idea that, you know, Bacon's not doing it anymore, all these guys rushed over here. And they didn't want to spend the extra to go to about the Bacon, so they filled up Fanime even more by not going. And they're probably having more of a time there. It seems that the ones that are having the most fun are the ones that are just enjoying themselves at being outgoing. And you figure it's a convention where everybody's like in a costume and stuff, and that's for most of them. And that's cool for them. Maybe it's a way for them to reach out to their community. They can be in a costume and no one thinks anything of them being different or odd for being in a costume. Maybe they have, that kind of thing. Or maybe they do it for fun. Maybe they like the notoriety. Some of these very creative anime things, I'm not necessarily going to say that it's good or bad, because we totally do it ourselves, the cosplay. And here we have the Powerpuff Guys. They're just in time. They've done steroids, and the Powerpuff Guys are now ripped Asian men, which is interesting. Yeah, they would totally kick everyone's butt. And here's Blue something, Blue Sig. I don't know what that is, but yeah, Kirk would probably go for that too because he's Kirk, and he would just do that. Now we come down the corridor, down to the second, which you didn't see much of. There's a line for something. At this point, it can't be a line to register because nobody would be foolish enough to come there one day. It'd be kind of pointless, or a day and a half. And then we have an Iron Man costume. Well, the top part looks cool. And then we have another one, and some other characters. And there should be coming up on a Wolverine. It looked pretty cool down there. And yeah, so there's a devil. These should go out there, and devil sort of character. And there's not as many of the scantily clad ones. Not as many. There's the Wolverine. Yeah. So yeah, there's Wolverine and Colossus. So. Or something similar to Colossus. I think it's supposed to be. And yeah, so we're out the front, and it didn't appear the protest was there anymore. There were a bunch of other people out in the front. Many of the famous, the ones that were very professional costumes, professional ones that are there. We were not. I clearly was not professional. And here we come to the end of Saturday, and Russia. Oh, where's that? And now we have this Fanime peoples. Fanime people. The Fanime people who was all dressed up funny looking. Yeah, where we come from, it's the funny looking people. They're on that there Fanime. There's his hat. There's that bronzed Clint cowpoke hat. There it is. Actually, it's not. It's not. It's the Vasieros and the Cesar Chavez and the No Grapes thing. And now we have a group of what appears to be convention-going protesters carrying a strange and mysterious stick of some kind. And they're walking along. It's real pretty like. I noticed something Cal Cat didn't quite notice about this here economy thing. I noticed something here, this here economy thing. Here as we're walking along, that the bull guy. There's a transsexual. Well, maybe it's just drag queen. And then come to some Disney princesses, played by probably some allies of the stories. Probably some of them. And come along down this here pathway, and there are actually girls and guys, and there's a misnomer about the whole nerd community, the kind of costumey nerd guys, that they probably don't get laid or something. But I'm thinking that just about a third of these people probably do, because they're nerd girls, and they would totally be into that. And here we have furries. They're obviously enjoying themselves, right? Yeah, all three of them. So there you go. I don't know if they're enjoying themselves in that way. I'm just saying, they probably is. But there's other ones there that are probably got girlfriends and whatnot, or boyfriends, or whatnot. So, yeah, it's a misnomer. They say, oh, they're not getting laid. Huh? Usually the guy that says that, he isn't either. But no, you go to these conventions, and there's just as many girls as there are guys. And sometimes some of the girls are guys, and vice versa. And it's 2016, so that's all right. And here I have a very tall cat. Oh, yeah, this is Darth Vader and Kylo Ren, 30 years apart, meeting each other. Time warp. Grandfather, you must follow you. Ah, yes, you are still pathetic. There's Indiana Jones, and he said, "Are you being Indiana Jones' son?" And I said, "Well, maybe his grandson." Anyway, so yeah, yep. And here we have I don't know what that is. I guess he's just an emoticon. Yeah. Oh. Some new Titans there, too. Not Attack on Titan, but new Titans. We got some other various, like, characters. And I should totally know what some of these are, because I should. Just because they're anime, but I don't. This is kind of sad. And here we have, there it is again, from yesterday. There it is. And here we have some other characters moving along on the trail and going through the motions. And so it was an interesting experience, the whole thing. And getting to see it again live is kind of cool. You get to see the whole thing. Get to see me going into the art gallery again. Cowfolk doing it. And that's fine, too. Because he...
Jag får look up that so why do one little bit I feel look up box up they the cup shinips have I so said they the cups with but feel look up box up you dead that dead they red and more feel laser line see cái one do is and the corner go by nail for a little life of hiring your answer it's not us it's the sure fly real this digital feeling for a loud and all in a call and guess that either didn't make going struck with sniff I was looks up with captain or my wolf but is over in the I ever since it I have listened yeah rather than this one Yes, must sure humanity. We're tough. We're yes, this hit circular that night. Probably where I was I remember or I thought be first not you within a little slower. You get it slower go messiah. Yeah, shit. Oh, yeah, say. Of snaps, Roby scalded of hours, so about 6 hours, of snaps, you never know with it. Sax in this double meal chat around with a lot of all, Sure, great. We're almost fly over here. Smart. I was, and there wouldn't after you left in the deeps, and well, we can fly over. So you're in the mirror, the most of at least so I knew what I couldn't think of. You're right, then it'll be there. Who knows? We're talking about that. I'm ready because I read that. Really, I've read that.
I got it right. Yep. So then we got some new Avengers, X-Men, new Avengers. And they're posing, and apparently that's a really good Ant-Man and Spider-Man costume, actually. The other guy's all right too. I think he's missing his helmet. Then we come outside, and we got some blue people. And some of the professionals are out there. Not as many professionals. Some. They tend to have them too. They tend to stand outside and go like, "We're at the con. We're not really, you totally are models. Come on. So, yeah. Here I'm going across the street over to going to go over to the tech, and then across here where somebody yelled at somebody for crossing the road, I guess, wrong or something. But, yeah, so that's pretty much the end of this right here. And so that's been day 3. Fanime Con, day 3. This Clint Cowpoke. Yeah. All right, this is Fanime Day 4 with the Batman shirt and the red jacket, light jacket. San Jose State hat, like a tourist like a San Jose State student, which I should totally return to and get a master's degree, just to have one and become a teacher, a professor. Yes, professor. Oh my, a professor of love. But here I am doing all kinds of things. There is a strange little dog that was in a wagon. That was in, it was in Starbucks. It was somebody's dog. But there it is. It was cute. And it's actually a croissant in there. And an iced lemon tea thing. Yes, over at the Starbucks by San Jose State. That's the Starbucks when I did the sociology experiment when it was freshly opened, and came in on 3 separate days, dressed in various degrees of slovenlyhood, including holy jeans on the first day, and looking all bearded and scuzzy. And then I walked in again as a student, looked rather normal. Then I walked in again as a businessman to see what their reaction would be. I had like a tie on. Yeah. Anyway, here's a furry, and in the furry, and basically they served me differently depending on what I was dressed like. They didn't want to give me the time of day when I was simply dressed like a bum. I wasn't a bum, clearly. I was a student. It was a sociology experiment. And by the time I got to the other one, I said, I was told to come in here and do a sociology experiment. And they're like, ah! Normally, I just dress in, like, jeans and stuff. But anyway, here we have some fun stuff. Not as many costumes. They tended to go in here. I didn't actually visit the school during this trip. I went to only Fanime. Here is me able to sit in the place where everyone else was sitting before, on the steps, and I'm bragging to myself that I'm sitting there. You can barely hear me, though, so I just cut out the audio. But that didn't last long, actually. But here is apparently Kylo Ren and his lover, thing. So, and there's some kids playing Jenga, and then we come down the hallway, and we come to hallway characters and runway characters in various stages. See a fruit, a vegetable, a corn husk, and the dealer's room. Everybody getting their last fill of the dealer's room 2 hours before they close it. 3 hours roughly before they close it. So they're going to get a lot of pictures in here of dealer things that were and cute things, because why not? So and there's cute things. She went to state, but I think she graduated at this point. But there's some Gundams in the case, which are robots. They are robot suit armor, kind of like Robotech. Yeah. Less like Transformers and more like Robotech and Neon Evangelion that came out later. Evangelion. Changed into a mortal object. Excellent. And she became an immortal object, like her mammalian protuberance. And here, many of these later pictures are from the camera because the cell phone ran out. So they're higher def and slightly better. There's the shirt lady again. Some Avatar books, sort of spin-off ones, which is kind of cool. In reverse, because Avatar was a nod, an affectionate nod to manga and anime, and then they went back and made manga and anime based on Avatar to make it seem more manga and anime-like, which is interesting, which is kind of cool. And those were the books that you need to fill in the saga between, too. Those were those books, but I didn't buy it. And that is a ferret. I said it was a weasel. I think it's a ferret. But then there was this girl that had a next-gen hoodie, and she wanted to pose. So, okay. Because she thought she was the cute little ferret. And here is a monster shooting that was a monster, and he was shooting what appeared to be a gun of frothy liquid at the camera. I wonder what that was about. Oh my. But yes, in the art gallery, there's lots of interesting characters, but most not a repeat of the same information. It's different information. And here we have characters just walking. The last corridor stroll looks like. Not as many. We had everybody kind of out of costume, probably because a lot of them had to go back to their hotel rooms and leave. So you notice a lot of them are hauling luggage. They probably had to get on a plane or a train or something. And so they're like, yeah, we packed our costumes away. We're just moving on. And here is somebody from Gundam, I think. And here we have Rainma or something. I keep saying that word. I don't know if I'm right. And there's the guys from the panel. They were there. Oh, these guys were weird. It was Batman and Superman, but they were like aliens, like squid aliens or something. Slug aliens. So then we had the twins, and then we had sort of a pop J-pop band playing the whole time. That was fun. I like that. They were trying to be Lin Min Mei from Robotech crossed with a girl band like Spice Girls or something. And then we come down here and another furry, very bright furry. That could be Drea in that fur costume. That would be cool. But yeah. It probably wasn't. And here we have other people. No, it wasn't. As you can see, he took his hat off. It wasn't him. It wasn't her. It was a small Asian man. And here we have